Have you ever heard about project management scope creep and want to know how to manage it and how to avoid it? In this video, I'm going to give you all the tips and tricks on how to manage scope creep and how to prevent it. If you are new here, welcome to my consulting channel. I'm Michael Tadros, the professor. I have a diversified experience for many years working as a project manager for Agile, Scrum, Lean and conventional projects, as well as a consultant for startup businesses and entrepreneurs. So stay tuned, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell button, and let's get to it. It's not uncommon for a client to request additions or changes to a project, and saying yes can be an automatic reaction. However, that extra work can quickly add up and lead your project into the dreaded area of scope creep. So let's get first to know what is scope creep. Scope creep happens when a client adds new provisions, tasks, or deliverables to a project that are outside of an existing scope of work. These unforeseen changes can lead to missed deadlines, financial losses, increased timelines and budgets, and client dissatisfaction. When deliverables are not clearly defined, stakeholders are not involved or supportive, or tasks turn out to be more complex than initial thought, a project can be at risk for scope creep. Part of a successful client-consultant relationship is proper management of the scope of the project. Therefore, follow the coming tips and start out your next project on a solid ground. Number 1. Start each project with a contract. A clearly defined written contract is an important part of setting expectations at the beginning of a project. It will be much easier to identify and manage scope creep by documenting the details of your project before you start work. Discuss deliverables, timelines, milestones, duties, and responsibilities both for you and your client. Collaborate to outline a clear plan of action that will help you both meet the project goal. As you gather a list of requirements, be sure to speak with all stakeholders involved to ensure you don't overlook any client expectations. Number 2. Create a backup plan. Projects rarely move from start to finish without a few hiccups. As part of your initial phase, put a backup plan in place. Define a process for addressing scope creep. Discuss who will be responsible for reviewing and approving requested changes or additions, how long timelines can be extended, and the cost associated with the extra work. By the way, usually the ones who are responsible for approving, modifying, or rejecting changes in some organizations called a Change Control Board or the CCB. You can find here in my channel a video explaining the Change Control Board and their responsibilities. Having these kinds of conversations before you begin your project will help you avoid potentially inappropriate interactions down the road. Ensure the client is mindful of your time and keep your compensation in check. Number 3. Host a kickoff meeting. Once you have a detailed scope of work and backup plan in place, start your project with a kickoff meeting. A kickoff meeting allows you to get all of the project stakeholders together for one last review before project's execution. During the meeting, review roles and accountability, project milestones, and define a process for checking in and reporting on project status. Number 4. Communicate clearly and often. At the end of the day, you are responsible for all project work. If a change in scope comes up, take the lead and meet with your client to discuss how the change fits into the overall project and how it will impact timelines. Provide your professional input. Work together to make a decision and carry out a course of action. Number 5. Know when to say no. Sometimes a change request may come up that clearly does not add value to the project or may even have a negative impact on your work in the long term. In these situations, it's okay to say no. Clearly present your case to your client and discuss the best way forward. If a client is set on making specific changes, consider compiling the requests into a separate project, which you can begin once your current project is complete. This will enable you to stick to your current agreement rather than continually making changes along the way. Number 6. Keep your options open. When a client approaches you with additional requests, start by reminding them what your original scope of work entailed, and then present them with 2 options. You can either add on the requested works for an additional expense and time, or you can proceed with the agreed upon scope of work. This gives the client a simple choice and you will not lose out on your own time and compensation. Now, I believe you have a good idea on how to manage and avoid scope creep. Scope creep can create a stressful work environment and take the fun out of doing what you love. Simply take the time to develop a well-defined project, put a backup plan in place, and continually communicate with your client to proactively manage the initial signs of scope creep. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, please press subscribe, like, and leave your feedback, questions, or suggestions for future videos. I will be more than happy to reply and assist you. Also, share this video with people you know. It's also so great to actually get everyone on the same page. I would love to hear from you if you have any examples of scope creep you want to share with me and how did you do with it. I look forward to talking to you at my next video. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.